What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, delarose.com. That's DELARROZ.com. And you can head to the link in my description below, sign up for my newsletter, and get a free graphic novel and a free science fiction novel. So you get a lot of cool stuff for signing up for the newsletter, which I appreciate everybody who's there. Lets me update you about new releases for my books. And also, I give a nice digest of all my video content like this. YouTube doesn't always give people notifications, so it's kind of nice to have that every week. Also, I'll put down in the link in the description below my Indiegogo campaign, which has science fiction books and comics. I really recommend Justified and the Nano Templar series in general. If you are into Star Wars, I think I kind of did the whole laser sword thing better. So go check that out. I'll mail out signed books. Very happy to do that for you. And I appreciate everybody who reads the books. That's what we're here to do first and foremost. Now, we have a crazy thing going on, which is this coronavirus relief bill, or so they call it. They also call it like a National Defense Act or something. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. They put everything under the sun into this. They throw the kitchen sink in there. I think there's $500 million going to Israel. There's even more money going to Egypt. And for some reason, we're getting $600 a person. Like that's supposed to help us pay our rent or pay our Disney Plus streaming service. I guess that's all it can really do at that point, because it's not that much money. And everybody seems unhappy about this on both sides of the political aisle. It seems like a big pork bill that these congressmen are just putting in everything they possibly can in order to appease their donor base and their lobbyists. And this is the big thing here, which is really frightening and really scary. The coronavirus relief bill makes illegal streaming a felony. Illegal streaming. I hope I'm not illegal streaming right now. I don't know what that means, but it sounds kind of crazy. What this really involves, though, is people who are pirating shows like The Mandalorian or anything from Disney Plus or any of these larger corporations. It's a further protection for the corporations. And the corporations already have so much invested in stuff. People are tracking what you download on the internet. If you don't realize this, I actually did get popped with a DAMCA Act sort of thing at one point. And here's the deal. I just wanted to check out a show. And it's impossible to check out a show and just watch an episode or two of any of this stuff because they've got it so closely guarded. But I don't want to subscribe to these services if I don't like the show, and especially if there's only one show I'm interested in, which is a lot of the cases now. There's so many freaking streaming services. I can't do all of them. And I'm not going to just grab, 4 or 5 of them for one show and end up paying $10 a month times 5 so I could watch these things. I have to pick and choose. I mean, I don't have the money for this. Unfortunately, maybe if the stimulus was coming through with $2,000 a month or something like that, I could pay for all these streaming services and do this, but they're not. It's a one-time $600 payment for us, much more for these corporations who have gotten all these loans and all this stuff. That's a whole nother topic. But here's the deal. They make it very difficult to check out the content. They make it very difficult to see if you want to buy the content. I don't want to sit in there and I don't want to give my credit card information to a corporation in order to try a free trial either. Having to do that, especially with all these hackings and data losses and all that, it's dangerous. And I've had my credit card stolen. I've had issues with that. With online sites, and I think most people have. So it's not unreasonable to go and try to find a site and be like, hey, I want to download the first episode of this, whatever show you're interested in, just check it out, see if it's any good before I want to subscribe. Sure enough, I did that with this particular show, and it wasn't something I was interested in. It was kind of cringy, kind of bad. I'm not going to name what it is or any of that. Don't need to. And I got an email from Comcast saying that they're going to shut off my internet service if they see anything like this again. It's a DAMCA violation. It's finger wagging, very bad, whatever. So this giant corporation is using another giant corporation to monitor what I'm downloading and monitor what you're downloading and monitor what websites you access for streaming, monitor what websites you go to, period. It's crazy. The fact that this monitoring is going on of our information is kind of the antithesis of what the internet's supposed to be about. And it makes it impossible for you to check out things, makes it impossible for you to do anything but just give these corporations extra cent bucks right away every single month. And that's the entire goal of this. So it's a coronavirus relief, sure, for the corporation, by the corporation. And the only people who get screwed are the end consumer at the end of the day, who's, getting these streaming wars going on to where everything's bifurcating to the point where you can't just get all these shows in one place anymore, like we used to do with TV. Remember TV? We used to buy cable, and what would happen at that? You've got 5, 10 shows you like, but they're all on different channels, but you'd have it in the one package. We don't really got that anymore. Things are very different now. With this wild west of streaming services, but they want to protect these corporations more than anything, and obviously they care about these corporate revenues more than they care about you for throwing this in there. I mean, a felony. Think about this. I mean, I get misdemeanors and all that. What are you stealing when you check out a show or whatnot? I mean, if you go and download an episode of something on iTunes, it's like $4. That's not a felony crime anywhere else. Honestly, you go into San Francisco and you steal cars. There's a guy who's been stealing cars in San Francisco, and he's been caught and released 20 times. They aren't even prosecuting it. They don't want to throw them in jail because they believe that, it's racist to throw people in jail or whatever. But they'll throw you in jail for illegally streaming a show. It's so absurd the way that they're decriminalizing real crimes and then trying to push these sort of thought crimes as much bigger crimes than they actually ever should be. Now, I get it. I get that they want to protect their properties and their investments and things like that. But there's so much involved in corporate copyright laws, so much involved in, just this spiral of content that they own, that they're being monopolistic with, and that the companies that provide our internets are also being monopolistic with, that it's really becoming an anti-consumer environment. And that is very troubling to me. So I just want to be able to check things out personally, and then be able to subscribe to what I like. I think that's fair. I think that's a good thing. And hopefully, like, we can get rid of this. This is absolutely crazy. It doesn't look like it, though, because I believe the Senate passed this like 92-7 or something like that. There's all sorts of crazy things like this, and there's a 5,000-page bill. We don't even know what's in it, to be honest. But the only people that are going to be ending up hurt at the end of the day are the American people, and the corporations rule all. Bummer. All right, let me know what you think about this. Leave a comment, hit that like and subscribe button. Check out the books, please, and we'll see you soon.